Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to Last Week in Germany, where I, just me, I don't know, some guy, react to the top posts out of the German subreddits for the last week. Make sure I know what's going on over there. This is the top post of the week on the r/Germany subreddit, okay? It actually has a lot of upvotes, 7,000, but I can't read it. Okay, when or what did it say? Germans have no humor. Right, okay, there's a ladder on a truck when things have to go quickly. The Boker Agalo transports your treasures weighing up to 400 kilograms at 42 meters per minute, I guess. Whisper quiet, thanks to, that's important in Germany, whisper quiet, thanks to its 230 volt electric motor. I don't get it. Oh, is this the museum? Oh. So they posted this on their actual account, and it's like it's implying they use that to steal the jewelry. That's pretty good. Good job, Germans. That was some good humor. I guess I need to react to that whole situation because it's apparently a massive deal, and I don't know much about it. I mean, it seems to happen every few years in France. Some group of highly trained bandits slip in through the ceiling, through the AC vents or something, and into the most secure museums on the planet and steal the crown jewel. Hiking. If this was America, I'd be certain that this right here was poison ivy, but this is not America. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys have poison ivy? Nope, you don't. I think I've looked that up before. You don't have it. Well, it looks pretty much like that. This is a very pretty photo. Whoa, dude. Imagine being on a hike and you just take a turn and you see this. I would be certain it was a dream. I'd be like, okay, I'm dreaming. I'd probably be like, okay, this is a dream. What do I do? What do I do? You know, I'm finally, you know, like conscious in a dream. This is exciting. Here, I'm gonna jump off this cliff so I can fly. And that would be how I died. The Germans never overheat or something. I mean, seriously, seeing them all wearing puff coats with sweaters underneath when it's barely below 16°C makes me sweat just thinking about it. Probably because you guys don't have AC, so you're very warm-blooded. You thrive in the sweltering heat. And if it's cold outside, you have to manufacture it. You're not comfortable until you start sweating. Especially since the buses are insanely overheated. I'm currently sweating in a thin cardigan, and everyone in three jackets seems fine. I waited for the train on Monday in 4 degrees Celsius. Well, I'm assuming it's Celsius. In fact, you know, I should leave one of those comments, where it's like one of those American comments like, 4 degrees Celsius is cold, and 14 degrees is also really cold. So your comment doesn't make any sense. Anyway, 4 degrees Celsius cold, and was very happy about my winter coat. Felt stupid with it in the late afternoon. At 14 degrees Celsius, though, time like these scream for Übergangsjagd. Ah, yes. I often do scream for an Übergangsjagd myself. Yeah. Yeah, what? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's what you need when it's cold in the morning and warm in the afternoon, I guess. A jacket like that, an Übergangsjagd. Found a glass shard inside a packet of rice from Riwi. Oh shit. It wasn't even this random black thing. Is that the bottom of the pan or the pot? I don't think so. How the hell did you even find that? That literally looks like a piece of rice. Let's see if we can find it. Wait, now I'm thinking this is it. I don't know why this is such a German-style comment, I feel like, for this to be the top comment. I thought the top comment would be like, this is an outrage. I am so sorry. Instead, it's just, You should inform the manufacturer. Oh, it's daylight savings time for you guys a couple days ago this weekend. So you got an extra hour of sleep. Congratulations. Here in America, it is next week. Okay, I hesitate to even react to this type of post because it's like, who even am I as an American to even entertain a critical post about some other country's healthcare? But this does sound interesting. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, this does sound like a nightmare. They said this was a nightmare, and it does sound kind of like a nightmare. They went to the clinic because of this situation, bleeding, pregnant, high blood pressure. Spoke through an intercom, and they didn't understand the address because they said they can't help them. There's no gynecologist. And they said, go here. And they didn't understand the address. And when they asked to repeat it, they replied, if you live in Germany, you must know German. Oh, well, this does have a happy ending. They say they drove 8 kilometers to another hospital, which was the polar opposite. They took her in immediately. Everything was fine. Almost 16 million Germans actually live in the wrong time zone, west of the 7.5 degree longitude, and thus geographically in UTC plus 0. Okay, this was very confusing to me until I realized that I guess all of Germany must be in the same time zone. Like, that's how you guys operate. Which makes sense, and we do not do that here in the States. Like, for instance, here in Indiana, depending on where you are in Indiana, you can be in a different time zone. So, I mean, of course, I don't just mean the fact that all of the United States has a bunch of different time zones. I'm talking about within a state, like even within a state, you can be in 2 different time zones depending where you are, which can indeed cause issues, especially if you don't realize that you have a flight early in the morning in a different time zone. You can imagine. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is intelligent. This is probably smart. It would be kind of inconvenient for this to swap time zones right there on the western edge of Germany. Gen Z at work. Many, quote, many don't want to work 60 hours a week for a low salary. Most people don't want to do that. They'd rather have a restaurant job with tips. Tipping culture, for those of us in America, the majority of us who don't work for tips, it's annoying here in America. It's relatively annoying. I mean, especially like when it's for a restaurant, I'm fine with that. But when it's for other things, that's when it's really annoying. But with that said, if you are working for tips, I don't know how much you might make in Germany working for tips at a restaurant. Obviously, your base wage is going to be higher than it would be here in America. But anyway, very lucrative job here in America if you're good at it, being a waiter. I was just watching a TikTok the other day of some girl who works here locally. It's like a thing people do on TikTok. If you're a waiter, they'll share how much they earned in tips for the day. And it worked out to $50 an hour. And then the second day was like $60 an hour. Now, the caveat there is that was only for like a 5-hour shift or something. Because restaurants aren't busy all day. But yeah, that's, you can make actually good money being a waiter here in America. The top comment says, I don't want to work 60 hours a week, even for a good salary. Good point. Oh, this is kind of funny that this is like a top news story on the German subreddit. This is the DE subreddit, by the way. Just because this obviously is not unique to Germany, but I do know, or at least I think I know, that a lot of you guys do play CS. So, my condolences to you if your whole net worth just went through the toilet. 8-year-old hit in Berlin. Driver stops, laughs, and flees. That's an insane headline. This dude is an absolute maniac. I guess the boy just had a nose injury. Pretty minor injuries. I cannot help but be amused by the fact that this boy, thank God he's fine, but he was walking alone to daycare. What? I mean, that is just so... Honestly, it's impressive. It would just not happen here in America. And don't get me wrong, I think that's awesome. But I can just imagine if this exact thing happened here in America, the parents would probably be going to jail. They'd be like, you let your kid walk to daycare at 8 years old and he got hit by a car. We're locking you up. We're throwing that kid in foster care. This dude, though, what a freaking dick. Surely they will find this dude. I need to know. I need an update on this. Did they find him yet? Prague bans e-scooters. This is just crazy that the e-scooter thing is big in Europe. Like, the world really is kind of small, guys. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, don't get me wrong, life in Europe and life in America is a lot different, but also it's a lot the same. Like the fact that these stupid e-scooter companies have proliferated around every city. I guess it's that way to an extent in Europe as well. And I mean, actually, I have mixed feelings about it. I won't lie, they are fun when you're like on vacation and you need to just get down a few blocks somewhere and you and the gang hop on scooters. It is fun. But with that said, you got people like taking them and throwing them, like knocking them over into the sidewalk. They make a mess. They're kind of an eyesore, and then you have people driving them like idiots. So for those reasons, that does ruin it. Yeah, see, yep. And why? Because idiot users are incapable or lack the brains to park the damn scooter, so it's out of the way. That's just the unfortunate reality, especially for these things. I mean, I don't know how it is there, but I'm pretty sure... I don't know how old you have to be to ride an e-scooter here. Oh, you have to be 18? Well, okay. That's good. I actually had assumed that, like, even kids could ride them, but apparently not. But still, you get these idiot 18-year-olds that just take them and, like, throw them when they're done with them. That's why we can't have nice things. German MEPs call for a pill for men. A contraceptive pill. I like that idea. We're calling for a pill for men. Women should not have to be the only ones take. I know that they've made these pills, but the thing about it is, I remember reading about it one time, and it was kind of funny because people. This sounds very condescending, and like I'm trying to sound smart or something, so I apologize for that in advance. But the pill that I read about, it was only like 90. It said it was like 97% effective, whereas the one for the women is like 99.9. And people were acting like, oh, you know, 97, 99.9, you know, same difference. It's like, no, that's not the same difference. It's not even close. That means the one for the women is like 30 times more effective. I mean, it means out of 1,000 times, with the female one, you're gonna have one baby. With the male one, you're gonna have 30. And I mean, I don't know the details of this though. I guess I should clarify as well, like. Yes, if they can make a male pill that works good, then that's awesome. Absolutely. Make the men take it. In fact, ban the women ones. You know, the men should have to suffer the next 60 years. We'll take the pill. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I read this little article here, and I just have mixed feelings about it, guys. I just don't know. I just feel like this should be a science question, okay? We shouldn't be loosening regulations on male pills just because a male pill would be nice to have. With that said, it also should be not tighter regulations. You know, it should be the same. The same. Like, they shouldn't be pushing through a male pill that has a whole bunch of horrible side effects just because, you know, like, hey, the women have a pill, so the men should have to take a pill too. Sorry. I feel like I'm being, like, offensive or something, even though in reality, I'm not at all. Oh, the pill for men, the pill for women. Nobody needs it. I use contraception myself by simply pulling out in time. Excellent advice from Reddit. I mean, it does also make me think, like, do people even remember that there are, you know, the rubber things? I'm not going to say the word. I don't think YouTube likes it when you say words like that. There we go, guys. This is the most important post. It's the one we'll end it on. Totally random question. This guy decided he needed to post this to Reddit. Hey, is this beer common in Germany? My guess, based off of the 2 dots above the O and the word Pilsner, yes. Let's see. Yes, this is a very common beer. Nothing special. You know, that's often my favorite types of beer. I'm a very simple man. I like the non-special beer. You know, I don't want the special beer. Give me just the beer. So I'm going to keep my eye out for this. Koenig Pilsner. The nothing special beer. Sounds good. All right. Thank you for watching. Sorry if I offended anybody. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Bye.